Term 5, Lesson 9, Working with Decimals, Part 1, which you could find on pages 100 and 101 of the textbook. Your warm-up task is just to practice addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, which you'll need for later on in the lesson. Press pause on the video and then press play when you're ready to go through the answers. Okay, let's quickly go through the answers. 4 add 9 is 13. 11 subtract 6 is 5. 8 multiplied by 8 is 64. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 67 add 58 is 125. 245 add 39 is 284. 392 subtract 186 is 206. 624 subtract 87 is 537. 48 times 6 is 288. 8 times 234 is 1,872. 65 divided by 5 is 13. And 144 divided by 3 is 48. Okay, worked example. Use the column method, excuse me, to work out 39.82, subtract 8.54. Use an estimate to check your answer. The most important thing when you're adding and subtracting decimals is to line up the decimal points. So we write out 39.82, put your decimal point in first, and then look where the other numbers go. The 8 goes in front of the decimal point and the 5-4 go after the decimal point. Make sure they're all lined up. You've got squares in your book or on your paper to help you with the lining up. We've got 2, take away 4. We can't take 4 away from 2, so we go next door and we use one of these 8s, the 8/10. We cross out the 8/10, and because we're using 1, we reduce it by 1, so make it 7, and put the 1 over here into the hundredths. So now we've got 12 subtract 4, which is 8. Here we've got 7 now, subtract 5, which is 2. 9 subtract 8 is 1, and 3, there's nothing here, so it remains 3. So if we check this out, 39.82 is approximately 40. 8.54 is approximately 9. So 40 subtract 9 is 31. 31.28 is pretty close to 31. So we can guess we're okay. It's up to you. If you want to copy down that example, press pause and then press play when we go on to the next slide. Otherwise, we'll just carry straight on. So I'm just going to talk you through the first example here. 4.6 add 2.7. So we've got 4.6, line up your decimals, add 2.7. 6 add 7 is 13. The 3 got there before me. 4 add 2 is 6, add 1 is 7. I'm going to cross the 1 out to show me that I've remembered to add it in, and then put my 7 and my decimal. Okay, I'd now like you to press pause on the video, have a go at B, C, D, E, and F, and then press play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, let's have a look at B. 5.6 add 2.3. 6 add 3 is 9. Oh, sorry, before we go on, we better do this checking that we should be doing. So 4.6 is approximately 5, 2.7 is approximately 3, so 5 add 3 is 8, which is pretty close to 7.3. Okay, now let's try B. 6 add 3 is 9, line up the decimal point, and 5 add 2 is 7. I am slightly out, but okay. Let's look at the approximate answer. 5.6 is approximately 6. 2.3 is approximately 2. 6 add 2 is 8. 8 is fairly close to 7.9. C, 6 add 4 is 10. We put the 0 and we carry 1 over into the next column. 5 add 2 add 1. I'm going to cross the 1 out to make sure I've used it. So 5 add 2 is 7 plus the 1 is 8. So I can put the 8 and line up my decimal. Right, we're approximately 6 add 3. Oh no, sorry, 6 add 2. This is less than 5. So it's 6 add 2, which is 8, and that one's spot on. So D, 5.6 add 2.7. 6 add 7 is 13. Put my 3. Carry the 1 into the next column. 5 add 2 is 7. Add the 1 is 8. So put 8. Have my decimal points lined up. So 5.6 is approximately 6. 2.7 is approximately 3. 9, it's fairly close to 9. Okay, we've got 3 numbers here to add up now. 6 add 9 is 15, add 2 is 17. So my 7, I carry my 1 into the next column. 5 add 2 is 7, add 1 is 8, add 1 is 9. Okay, so do approximate. We've got 6 add 3 add 1 is approximately 10, and that's pretty close to 10. I'm just going to look here and think, actually, I know my number pair here, 6 add 4 is 10, add 9 is 19, carry the 1 into the next column, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1 is 10. So approximately 7 add 3 add 1 is 11, 10.9 is very close. Okay, that's addition. So let's have a little look at some subtraction. Again, I'll talk you through the first one. 4.5 subtract 3.2. Okay, they're written along a line here for the questions. It doesn't stop you putting it in column, and that's columns what we'd like you to practice. So 5 subtract 2 is 3. 4 subtract 3 is 1. Okay, I'm sure you're going to line up your decimals a lot better than I've done here. Okay, so if you could have a quick look at the next ones, I'll just point out, because we've got 3 numbers here for the last 2 questions, take away the first number, get an answer, and then take away the third number. Okay, so press pause on the video and press play when you're ready to continue. Okay, let's do the approximation first. Okay, 4.5 is approximately 5. 3.2 is closer to 3 than it is to 4. So 5 subtract 3 is 2. It's fairly close. So the second one, 4.5 subtract 3.5. 5 subtract 5 is 0. 4 subtract 3 is 1. Okay, when we get to 5, we normally round up. So this is approximately 5 subtract 4, which is 1, and that's spot on with the answer. 4.5 subtract 3.6. Right, here we've got the difficulty. I've only got 5, but I need to take 6 away. So we come and look at the 4. So we cross the 4 out and make it 3, and that 1 that we've used, we put next to the 5. So now we can do 15, take away 6, which is 9. 3 take away 3 is 0. Remember, we want to show a 0 in the ones column to show that that is a decimal. Approximately 5 take away 4, which is 1. 0.9 is very close to 1. Again, we've got the difficulty of 5 take away 6. We can't do that, so we need to use one of these next door, cross the 5 out, make it 4, because we're taking 1 away from here and putting it here. Now we've got 15, take away 6 is 9. 4, take away 3 is 1. So that's approximately 6 take away 4, which is 2, and that's very close. Okay, this is our 3 numbers, so I'm just going to do the top part first. 5.5 take away 3.7. I can't take 7 away from 5, so I'm going to come next door. I'm going to use one of these numbers and put it over here. 15 take away 7 is 8. 4 take away 3 is 1. Now I'm going to take away the third number. 8 take away 4 is 4. 1 take away 1 is 0. So it's 0.4. So we're approximately 6 take away 4 take away 1, which is 1, and that's fairly close. So 5.5 take away 3.8. I can't take away 8 from 5, so I'm going to come next door. I'm going to use one of these numbers over here. 15 take away 8 is 7. 4 take away 3 is 1. And now I'm going to take away the third number. 7 take away 3 is 4. 1 take away 1 is 0. So it's approximately 6 take away 4 take away 1, which is 1, which is close enough to 0.4. As if it's really different, really, really different, that's when you think, I've got to go back and check. Okay, so let's have a little go at 2 problems. See if you can do these ones on your own, and then we'll go through the answers. So press pause and then press play when you're ready. Okay, what is the total length of 2 pipes measuring 1.6 meters and 2.5 meters? So if we're finding a total of 2 numbers, we need to add them together. So I'm going to do it in column, 1.6, add 2.5. 6 add 5 is 11. There's my 1. I carry the 1 into the next column to the left. 1 add 2 is 3. Add the 1 is 4. So 4.1 meters. Ahmed lives 6.4 kilometers away from school, and Jenna lives 3.7 kilometers away. How much further away does Ahmed live? Okay, so when we're finding a difference between these numbers, we need to do a subtraction. When we're doing a subtraction, we put the largest number down first. So we're going to do 6.4 subtract 3.7. Lining up the decimals. I can't take 7 away from 4, so I need to use one of these ones. So cross out the 6, we're taking 1 away, so it's 1 number less, and we're going to move the 1 over here. Now I can do 14 take away 7 is 7, 5 take away 3 is 2, and this time we're measuring kilometers. Okay. Use the column method to work out these calculations. Use an estimate to check your answers. So these are just a little bit more tricky than the first ones that we've done. So I'm going to just talk you through the first one, and you'll do the other three on your own. So 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry the 1. 7 plus 5 is 12 plus the 1. So I've got to add it, cross it out because I've used it. 13. That one was already there for me. I can see 9 add 1 is 10. So I'm going to cross out that one. In a minute. There. 10. Plus 4 is 14. Carry the 1 in the next column. 4 add 1 is 5. Add 1 is 6. Now this is approximately 45 add 20, which is 65. That's fairly close. Okay, press pause on the video while you have a go at the next 2 subtractions and the final addition. Press play when you're ready for the answers. Okay, so here we've got 9 subtract 4 is 5. 1 subtract 7. I can't do that. I've only got 1 and I can't take 7 away. So I need to come next door. I'm going to use one of these numbers. So I'm going to cross it out and take 1 away from there. So 2 take away 1 is 1. And I'm going to put the one that I've used over here. Now I've got 11 take away 7 is 4. 1 take away 1 is 0. Because it's the end of our number here, I don't need to put the 0 there because it doesn't have any value. So if we just check, we've got about 22 take away 17, which is about 5. So that's fairly close. Next one, I've got 1 take away 6. I can't take 6 away from 1. I come next door to the 5, take 1 away from 5 to leave 4 and put the 1 here. Now I've got 11 take away 6 is 5. 4 take away 6, I can't do that. So now I come across to the next number, take 1 away from 4 to leave 3. The one I'm used, put there. 14 take away 6 is 8. 3 take away 3 is 0. 3 take away 1 is 10. If we look approximately, I think we're doing 35 take away 24, which is 11, and that's very close to 11. Okay, the last one, it's an addition. Always be careful and check. They do put these sort of randomly add, subtract, add. So you've got to look to make sure what we're doing. This time we're adding. 7 plus 9 is 16. Here's the 6, carry the 1. 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 add 2 is 10. There's the 0, carry the 1. Oh, 9 add 1 is 10. Add 3 is 13. So this is roughly 100 add 30, which is 130, and that's fairly close. Okay, so have a little go on this one on your own, and then we'll go through the answers. So press pause, give yourself time to do it, and then press play when you're ready. Okay, Craig is a plumber. He has 7.45 metres of tubing. He uses 3.75 metres of tubing. So he's used it, so he's cut it off. How much tubing does he have left? Because he's cut it off, he's used it, it's a subtraction. Remember, the biggest number goes first when you're subtracting, and the smaller number underneath. So 5 subtract 5 is 0. 4 subtract 7, I can't do that, so I need to come over to the 7. I'm going to use 1, so make it a 6 and put the 1 over here. 14 take away 7 is 7. 6 take away 3 is 3. So I've got 3.70. So that's roughly 7 take away 4, which is 3. This is fairly close, so I know I'm in the right ballpark. We've been measuring in meters. Okay, so because this is on the end, I don't actually need to put that there. I can just show my answer as 3.7 meters. Okay, or if you wanted to show it as meters and centimeters, you could say that's 3 meters and 70 centimeters. Okay, that's just remembering back to the last lesson. Okay, key point. You can use a 0 placeholder when adding or subtracting decimals with different numbers of decimal places. So for example, 45.9, there is only 1 decimal place. Subtract 23.45, there's 2 decimal places. So if you wanted to use a 0 to give them both the same number of decimal places to help you out, it's quite all right to do that. So let's have a look at some questions that involve that. Okay, we're going to use the column method to work out these calculations, and then we're going to estimate to check our answers. So the first one, 4.52, add 8.6. Okay, so I've got a gap here. You don't have to put a 0, but sometimes it's very helpful, especially if you're doing a subtraction. So I'm just going to put a 0 there anyway. So 2 add 0 is 2. 5 add 6 is 11. Carry 1 to the next column. 8 and 4 is 12. Add the 1 is 13. So my answer is 13.12. This is roughly 4 add 9, which is 13. And there's our answer. Right, have a go at the next 6, 7 questions. Press pause on the video and then press play when you're ready. Right, okay. So here we haven't got a space, we haven't got a number in here. So I'm just going to put a 0 in there just to help me out so that I know I've got 2 decimal places and 2 decimal places. Just makes it a little bit easier for me. So 0 add 5 is 5. 8 add 4 is 12. There's the 2. Carry 1 into the next column. Oh, 9 add 1 is 10. Add 2 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 add 1 is 2. Okay. Here I've got 2 decimal places, but I've only got 1 here, so I'm going to put a 0 in here. Come on, 0, where are you? There he is. So now I can do my subtraction. 2 take away nothing is 2. 8 subtract 5 is 3. 5 subtract 1 is 4. 4 subtract nothing, there's nothing here, is 4. So my answer is 44.32. We're roughly 46 take away 2, which is 43, and that is fairly close. Sorry, I don't think I talked you through that one. 19.8 is almost 20. Add 2 is 13. Sorry, not 13. That should be 22. I don't know where 13 came from. So 22, that's very close. Sorry. I'm going to put a 0 in here, so I've got the same number of decimal places. Always a little bit out. 0, take away 6. I can't do that. I need to come and use one of these from the 9, take 1 away is 8, and put the 1 here. Now I've got 10, subtract 6, which is 4. 8 subtract 7 is 1. Make sure my decimal's lined up. 8 subtract 6 is 2. 2.14. That's approximately 9 take away 7, which is 2. The next one, I've got a gap here. Remember, we line up the decimals and make sure all the digits are lined up. I've got a gap here, so I'm going to put a 0 in there. And we're adding 4 add 0, 4. 5 add 6 is 11. Carry 1 to the next column. 8 add 1 is 9. Add 6 is 15. And carry the 1. Oh, I've got 9 add 1 is 10. Add the 7 is 17. So this is approximately 8 add 10, which is 18, and that's very close. Oh, I've got 2 gaps here. I'm going to put 2 zeros in here. Help me out here. 9 subtract 0 is 9. 7 subtract 0 is 7. 6 subtract 8. Can't do that. Let's go next door. Make that a 1. Put the 1 here. Now I can do this. 16 subtract 8 is 8. 1 subtract 4. I can't do that. So let's come and use one of these from the 3. Take away 1 is 2. And we put the 1 here. So now we've got 11 subtract 4. We can do that now, which is 7. And 2 subtract nothing is 2. Roughly 33 take away 5, which is 28. And that's pretty close. One gap here. I'm going to put a 0 in there. So now 9 subtract 0 is 9. Excuse me. 4 take away 5 I can't do. So let's go to use one of these. Make that a 5, put 1 here. 14 take away 5 is 9. 5 take away 8, I can't do that. So let's go next door. That becomes a 0. 15 subtract 8 is 7. This is approximately 165 take away 85, which is 80, and that is very close. I've got 45 take away 23.41. I'm definitely going to put my zeros in here to help me. I've got 0 take away 1. I can't do. Oh, I've got nothing next door. I've got to go back again. So 5 take away 1 is 4, and I put the 1 next door. I still haven't got it across here. This is where I need it. So I now need to cross this 10 out, take 1 away, make it 9, and put the 1 here. Now I can do the subtraction. 10 take away 1 is 9. 9 take away 4 is 5. 4 take away 3 is 1. 4 take away 2 is 2. This is approximately, well, it is 45. Take away 23, which is 22, and that's very close. Okay, if you need to press pause, do so, and then press play when you're ready to carry on. Okay, so the final slide. I'd like you to have a go at these on your own. Press pause on the video. It's a little bit tricky. Just be careful. I've got every confidence that you'll be able to do it. Press play when you're ready to go through the answers. Okay, I've got 1 subtract 0.6. So I've got nothing here and I've got to take 6 away. Can't do that. I've got no sweets in my hand. How can you take 6 away? But we have got a 1 over here that we can use. So let's cross that 1 out, make that a 0, and I can put the 1 next door here to make this 10 take away 6, which is 4. 0 take away 0 is 0. So your answer here is 0.4. You can just quickly add up in your head, do the inverse, which is addition. 4 add 6 is 10. There's our 10. B, 0 take away 3. I've got nothing. I cannot take 3 away from nothing. I go next door. Cross that 1 out, make it a 0, put the 1 over here. Now I've got 10, subtract 3, which is 7. 0 take 0 is 0. Again, let's quickly check with adding up. 7 add 3 is 10. There's our 10. Right, C is a little bit tricky. We've got 0 take away 3. Can't do it. Can't go next door. There's nothing to use. We've got to go right up here to the 1s, cross the 1 out, make it 0, put the 1 here. Don't jump straight over there. We've got to go in steps. Take it back each place value. Now we can cross out the 10, make it 9, put the 1 here. 10 subtract 3 is 7. 9 subtract 1 is 8. 0 take 0 is 0. Okay, we could quickly check with going adding up. 7 add 3 is 10. There's the 10, carry 1 to make 9, 10. There's the 0, carry the 1. D is another tricky one because I've got 2 zeros. So 0 take 2, can't do it. Nothing next door, so I've got to go next door again. Cross out this 1, make it a 0. Just go next door. Okay, now cross this 10 out, make it a 9, put the 1 here. 10 take away 2 is 8. 9 take away 6 is 3. 0 take 0 is 0. Let's just check with our inverse operation. 8 add 2 is 10. There's the 0, carry 1 to make that 4. Add 6 is 10. There's the 0, carry 1, and there it is. Okay, that's the last slide for today, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. Thank you for watching and listening.